Hello, people. What should I start with? Dear Diary. I'm actually looking for a way to, um, start start the podcast. I've listened to different podcasts. I love listening to podcasts, and I try to pick one or two things from there. And there are some that I listen to, and I love the way they speak and connect with their listeners. And I'm trying to imbibe that. Like, I don't just want to be talking as if I'm talking to you. So I want to be talking like I know that okay, there's someone out there listening to this, and that brings me to the fact that Diary of a Christian Girls podcast has reached 500 listening. I think listening time or something, but like we have 500 um people have listened to it 500 times or something like that in all our episodes. And it looks like a small beginning, but is a huge achievement. And I'm looking to really be more consistent because I know I've not been consistent, but I'm looking to be more consistent and bringing more values and encouraging people and just sharing my stories and connecting with people out there too, because I would really love to connect with people out there. And there's something that Spotify has done. So there's a way you can leave comments on the, like, when you are listening on the platform. You can leave comments and you can read other people's comments. I would really love to read your comments. I would love to see your comments. And just share and just comment. Let me know that, oh, there are people that are listening to this. I know there are people listening to it, but let me just see. So let me officially welcome you to my birth month. November is the best month ever. If you like argue, just argue with your phone. We are children of love. Some people say, oh, they conceived you during the Valentine season or whatever, whatever. But it just means that we breed love. And I'm super excited that we are finally in November. You know the way it is, people that are born in the later part of the year is always so annoying, especially from January. You start looking for that. When is my birthday coming? Everybody have finished doing their birthday. It's only you that is still remaining. So finally, I've entered my month, and I'm so so super grateful, super excited. And apart from that, I'm entering into another decade. So your girl will be 30. Yes, I don't hold small. So I'll be 30 this year. And when I look back and the way I've spent my birthday, I know that, especially when it's close to my birthday period, I usually have birthday blues. Like, just that feeling of sadness, sorrow. The thing is that before the birthday, like months leading to the birthday, I will have plans in my head. There's some things that I want to do, I would have visualized that day. Oh, I want to make this hair, I want to do this, I want to do that. The way, like, I see people, the way they celebrate their birthdays, and I really look forward to doing that. But then the day will come and I'll just be like, most times on that day, I usually cry. It's usually like very emotional for me. And there's some things that triggers it. And it's usually, as human being, like, there are things that you set up for yourself and like, oh, I should have achieved this, I should have reached this height, I should have done this, blah 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 blah. And maybe due to like not achieving that thing that you have set to achieve, that goal that you have set for yourself, and you're just, if it coming to that day, you're like, well, it's just every other day, like it just feels like that and all. So most times, maybe I can just count like few of my birthdays that I've really be genuinely happy, but many of it have. usually dealt with birthday blues, being depressed on that day and all. But this 30 years, Omo, I'm not going through that lane. No matter what's going to happen, I'm not going through that route this year. So this year I've decided to do something different. Even though let me just tell people, like, when I was planning this like some weeks back, I was already like, like thinking through, oh, how is my birthday going to be? How is this big 30? How is it going to be? I like to like prepare my mind for, entering into another year and all. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do a 30 days gratitude challenge instead of, looking at things that are not working or what is not happening. Why not look at what God has done, the things that are happening, and be grateful? Because the fact is that no matter what level you are, there are other people that are looking at you and like, I want to, that are using you as prayer, this thing that I want to be at that level. So if you've not spent time to look back and look at things that God has done in your life, you will never know how much extent you've grown, what God has done in your life. So I was just planning, I was just like, okay, so this November is a 30 days month. So I'm going to do a 30 days challenge, and I'm turning 30 and I'm doing a 30 days challenge in November. And I already planned it out. And then few days back, the devil wanted to bring out his ugly head. And I had an earth scare, like something was just coming out of the blue. I'm like, hey, am I going to enter 30 on hospital bed, or what's going to happen? Like, it was just like a distraction from the pit of hell. Like, God, no, this is not how it's supposed to be. And I was not thinking back at, when the reality of what the doctor was saying was setting. I was like, I was not thinking back at me that planned that I'm going to do 30 days challenge. Am I going to be able to do this at all? But I God just ministered to me, and I just grew faith again. I'm like, no, this is distraction. This is pure distraction. And I'm now not going to dwell on this. I'm not going to spend my 30th birthday on hospital bed. I'm not going to do this. I started, speaking the word of God again, the promises of God again. When I was down for some moments, but I picked myself up again. I'm like, no, this time around, I'm not going to spend it being depressed on my birthday. Whatever happened. God is on the throne. So I'm still going to do my 30 days challenge. And when you are grateful, like doing this 30 days challenge, trying to write down, prepare and write down things that I'm grateful for. I realized that it's easy to complain than to like point things that you're grateful for. And I was like, as I was writing, I like, will I be able to get up to 30 things that I'm grateful for? But if you really, really think deep, there are so many, many things that God has been doing in our life. And we formed this habit of complaining and only focusing on things that don't work. Only focusing. I know that in one of these episodes that I've recorded, talked about a story that my pastor told of, someone trying to, the king gave him a gift. Like the king was looking at the man like, why is this person always happy and all? And then someone told the king that it's because he has not gotten the 99 challenge or something. I can't remember the story properly. But the king what the king decided to do was that, okay, we are going to test this man if he's really happy or not, if he's really a happy person or grateful person or not. And then the next day they went to drop 99 golden coins in front of the man's house. The man was a mere servant, he didn't have much. He just had little, but he was happy, he was always happy. But then that day they dropped 99 coins in front of his house, and when he saw it, it was like he counted it and he saw that it's 99. And he started looking for the one that was missing. Like he became sad looking for the one, focusing on what was not there. Oh God, you don't get 99 coins. What are you still looking for? But that's how human beings are, we don't, sometimes God do something for you, and by the time you get it, you're just like on to the next, on to the next, on to the next. Oh, what's the next thing? And then you are worried. You are like, your joy is not full again. You are thinking about that thing, that one. You are living the 99 things that God has done for you. And you are looking at the one that you want to get. The reason why I was laughing was the 99, leave the 99, that is for the one. That's okay to my mind. It is only Jesus that will leave the 99 and be looking for the one that is lost. Leave that one for Jesus to do. But what I'm saying is that be grateful for the things that He has done in your life. Sit down and look back, and you can even join me in this challenge privately or public or any way you want to do it. Write down things. You will see that is hard, honestly. Write down 30 things that you're grateful to God for. And really mean them, be genuine about them. And you see how much how far God has taken you, and how much you have grown. Like, yeah, when you look at yourself a year before and you're looking at yourself now, you have grown. You're not the same person again. Personally, when I look back, as at this time last year, I'm not the same person as I am now. There are things that there are lessons I've learned, there are things that I've seen. There are so many things that just 1 year ago, and looking at it now, things that God has done doesn't mean that bad things have not happened, doesn't mean that there are not days that have been, down. But when if you sit down and you're concentrating on that thing that is not going well, in fact, let me tell you, being grateful attracts more blessing. That's just the secret. Being grateful attracts more blessing. The more you are grateful, the more you are blessed, the more you are filled with joy. It's with joy that you draw from the well of salvation. I don't know if I quoted it well. You, even before you enter into His presence, the Bible say, enter into His gates with thanksgiving, into His presence with, hey, when you look why you're not quoting the Bible, enter into His gates with thanksgiving. At least I know that part. Until His presence with praise or something, yeah. But to access God's presence, you have to you the password, like there's a, I think, is it Passion Translation that says that the password to His gate is thanksgiving. Like, before you can enter into His presence, into God's presence, you have to go with thanksgiving. Your heart has to be full of them. So you cannot even access God's presence complaining and, focusing on things that are not working, focusing on things that are outside of your control. I don't know. I don't turn this thing to preaching. But I just want to encourage you. I know that things may not be looking like, oh, the way you expect them to be, especially now. Now that we're almost at the end of the year. Most times, at the beginning of the year, everybody is very optimistic. People are gingered, New Year resolution, plans, goals, and all those things. And then by the time you're like getting close to the end of the year, you're like, accepting faith, like looking back, like, I've not achieved this, I've not achieved that. But I just want you to refocus your mind and end this year with gratitude. Just refocus your mind on things that God has done, on even if it's just that you rested and you did not stress yourself this year. Be grateful. The fact that you're alive is something to be grateful for. You don't know what could have happened. Just the fact that you have breath in your lungs is a big testimony for you to be grateful for. Despite things that may not be working, despite the difficulties, you should always be grateful. I'm not just talking to you, I'm talking to myself too. I should always be grateful. Like, I need to always preach that to myself because I'm someone that I'm usually retrospective. I think about things that I think back on things, and sometimes I'm emotional and maybe carried away by things that may not have worked, or things that are not working. But this is just to refocus my mind on things that God has done, things that I'm grateful for, and the fact that you're alive means that you have hope for the future. You have hope that things will be good. All right, let me end this here. So I'll be asking you, what are you grateful for? What are you most grateful for in this year 2024? What are you most grateful for? Leave it in the comments, on Spotify or whatever platform you are listening from. I know that Spotify allows you to put comments, so please leave it there and comment. I'll be waiting for your comments. Gracias.